You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone
Two to make a
Trills.
thing go right. Come on. It takes two to make it out of sight. It takes two to make a thing go right.
Yeah, do. It takes two to make a thing go. Hey, yeah. We are here in the building. Spark FM Online, number one for urban and Caribbean music. Welcome back to us. How y'all doing on this fine Thursday day? Good? Tell me more. Talk to me, people. Talk to me.
I feel like.
Good morning. Can y'all hear me?
Yep, we sure can.
Might check a 1, 2.
Check, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check, baby. 1, 2, 3.
Our thing over here is not working.
Oh, you can't hear yourselves?
Yeah.
Is it plugged in? Everything plugged in. Everything over here is plugged in.
Everything plug in, nothing to plug out,
You have to
boy.
turn up your volume there. Turn up the volume.
Turn up the volume, pack up the volume, yeah. Oh, there.
I feel like it's been a long
All
week.
right, yes.
Here
Now
we
you
go.
guys can
Here we
hear.
go.
All right.
Good morning.
Good
It's Thursday,
morning.
y'all. We made it. We made it.
It's Thursday.
Yeah.
We have made it. So, quick check-in. Let's talk, people. How y'all doing?
Doing good. My shoulder is dislocated or something. Something is up with my shoulder.
Yes.
It is hurting me really bad. Like
That's how I was
spasms.
this morning trying to walk the dog with my knee and my hip just keep on feeling like it's going to collapse every 2 seconds.
It's like it's down my neck and into my shoulder on the right side, and it's spasms. Like it hurts. It's not good. I had to take ice on it last night and a hot shower. Take some Advil, and I had a little mushy rub I found to put on it.
nice.
The
a
body
little
might
mushroom
realize
rub.
we getting in the cold weather.
It's getting,
I
it's
think
starting to
my body's
turn
in
up.
shock.
Yep.
But aside from that, things are good. This morning, of course, was the first day of school for the young man. I was up early.
How'd you
Had
do?
him to school early.
Hey, man.
We had to wait outside for the school to open.
Hey.
That early.
Oh,
that probably won't happen again. But that was nice. And, he's off to a good start. All the little fifth graders were starting today, and it was really cute because it's just all the fifth graders. So it was nice. And he was like, oh, these are going to be my friends. And I hope so. And so I say a good prayer over him. My dad sent us a good prayer this morning, and we prayed that together and things. So I'm excited about the new school year to come. I'm really looking forward to him just having the opportunity to thrive because I feel like he really didn't get that at his last school. So I'm excited about what's to come. So that's where I'm at. I'm tired though.
Good. And how was your preparation last night?
Preparation was good. He actually spent the day yesterday with his best friend because it was his last day of vacation and that's what he wanted to do. So he was over there with him for a long time, then hung out with him and his Auntie Mindy. Thank you, Auntie Mindy, for coming through. And so they were over there. So I had a lot of time to just prepare on my own. And last night we took out his uniform, we laid it out, and he was very excited to put on his new belt and his new shoes this morning because they have to wear a belt with their uniform, which I love. That's right. Make them boys. He didn't even know how to put on a belt, and I was like, oh Lord, I'm failing as a parent. But those things. So I'm, it seems like there's a standard that they have at that school that they're lining up for them, and I really, really like that because I hope that it gives him the opportunity to just thrive and become a good person. So. Things are good. Looking forward to it. He has a half a day today, so he's out at 12, and same thing tomorrow. And then Monday is the official first day of school. They warned us this morning about the buses because he's going to be on a school bus, and they were like, just know that the buses don't really run good the first week or so. So have a backup plan. So
not even the first week, the first 2 days.
yeah, not as Mike's not on. Yeah. So, they say the man said, I've been working here for 15 years, and I'm gonna let you know the first couple of weeks is a mess. We start way before Boston Public, and they do. Boston Public still doesn't start for another 2 weeks, but it's Boston Public that provides the transportation. So he was like, so just be prepared to have a backup, and these first 2 weeks we understand that, so we don't hold it against the kids or the families, if they're late or whatever. So, that's that. So that's me. I'm gonna throw the ball to Nana. Tell us how you doing.
I'm doing good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you ready for school, Nana, or are you preparing? Have you started?
Preparing. I move in first day of the month, September, actually.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so getting ready for that.
Yeah.
So next week is like your real week to kind of get things together.
Pretty much.
Lay down, pretend like you are a master of your own life.
Pretty much.
Before you have to go into schooling.
Yeah.
I mean, that should be interesting.
Yeah, at this point, I've moved like 6 times in the last 3 years, so I'm very used to it now.
Dorm to dorm?
No, like house to house.
House to house. Oh, you live in a house. You don't live in a dorm.
No,
Yeah.
you're on campus.
I mean, yeah, I will be on campus.
Okay,
yeah,
but in like a
dorm.
dormitory house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
In actual dorm apartments.
Nice. Good for
What
you.
about you, Maya?
I have to get ready to learn how to commute to school because I'm not really a public transportation kind
Type of
person.
gal.
Girl, listen.
So now
My
I
girl.
gotta get into that. That's what I'm gonna be doing next week. So
Yeah. What school do you go to?
mass arts. And
Oh.
medicine.
Oh, nice.
Are you excited?
Not really, honestly. I'm just so tired. I want to be done with college already.
What year are you?
It's my second year this year. So.
Oh, wow. Nice.
I want to go back. I don't want to go back to school, but I want to prepare for school to go there to, not do anything.
I tried it. It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I tried it. It wasn't for me.
Yeah. I've tried it a lot.
I've tried it a lot.
It wasn't for me.
I've tried it several.
I ended up in debt
Yeah.
and didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
I'm still in debt, and I got one, and it's still in. I'm not, but if that is your desire and your will, please go to school and become a better person for yourself and your society.
Absolutely.
But you don't got to go to school. You don't got to.
You know, I tell people all the time, trades, I feel like trades is where it at. If you want to get a fast track to just, taking over life.
Yeah, man.
Get into trade school, you become, in 5 years, you become your own boss. You can quit there, and then you can start your
I
own
regret
company.
not taking a trade, honestly.
You ain't too late.
One of
Your
my
body
friends
might be a little
did
mashed up.
that.
All the iron work of them and all them there should have been did that long time.
What'd you say, Nana?
One of my friends did a trade, I recall.
Which one? Do you know?
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, well, you don't know.
Not
but-
which front, not which trade.
Oh, which trade? I'm not sure, actually, but...
Because
he
in
did go.
trades, there's painting, plumbing, pipe fitters, carpentry, there's electricity, there's plumbing.
Oh, no, it's biology, I'm pretty sure.
Biology.
Yeah.
That ain't no
That's not a
trade.
trade, brother.
I don't know. I
That's
gotta
a
ask him again,
major.
but he's doing a trade. So
I'm like, how you labor in biology?
some kinds.
Chris Reed, no, we're not going to hire the new Breakfast Club.
Why does he keep
Charlemagne
asking
grad.
that? Didn't he start asking that yesterday?
He
Why?
did, and we didn't address it. No, the Breakfast Club is located in New York. We are in Boston, Massachusetts. We will cover things that Boston covers. We have no affiliation and no goals in life to become the next Breakfast Club. We're just doing what we have to do for our community. So
are
I hope
Saucy
that
and Friends
answers.
over here.
Yeah, I hope that answers that. You can call it the Breakfast Club if you want to. But that's not what we are and who we are. So I thank you for supporting us and listening. And let's focus.
Good
Let's
morning.
focus. What age should you have it? That's actually a really good question. He says, a serious question. At what age should you have it all together?
Different for every person. Different strokes for different folks.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a hard question.
I feel like
As
no one
an-
ever has it all together.
Yeah, I don't think you
Yeah.
ever really get it all together. But at what age do you start to at least not be trying to find yourself? Or is that a lifelong thing?
That's
It's a
lifelong
lifelong
thing.
thing
Find yourself.
because you're constantly learning.
Yeah.
So maybe
Constantly
30, like you
evolving.
sort of think that you have it together.
Yeah, like
but
you're
you don't.
you're in the realm. You might have a good job and maybe a home. I think by 30 you should start to be molding more of a stable lifestyle, maybe. Greenhouse Malika said by 45. Yeah, by 45 you should have some semblance of what you are doing in this life.
True.
Yeah, some semblance,
At
some
least
type
before you
of
turn 50.
yeah, something.
Oh, thank you, Nana. I still have time. Thank you. 'Cause-
Do you guys feel like you have it together as adults yet?
Not at all.
No, I don't think you ever have it together. I don't think you ever have it together. I don't think that's a thing. I think that's a myth.
Maybe it's stability.
In
Maybe
America,
what
they
time,
tell you
what
when you're
age should
happier.
you feel the most stable? Or is that the same thing?
I get.
You know, like what time? Like
Okay.
you don't have to have it
Listen,
all together. But
I'm
you
still
are
working with
stable.
concepts of a plan, so
The American
almost
form
40
of
years.
having it together is having your house, being married, having children. That's the American sense of
The American
having-
dream,
right,
yeah.
That's the American dream, right?
But I feel like now, as long as you have like a good job and some financial security, and maybe like your own living quarters. I don't really care where those. It could be with your mama or not. Like you have your own living quarters and you have a place to stabilize. I feel like that is a good time. And by 45, you should have those things. Yes.
Okay, all right, I'm doing good then.
See? Doing better than you thought.
How was your evening? Sauce?
Schneider said Lawrence Kohlberg stages of moral development defines adolescence up to age 23. Thank you, Schneider, for that.
That's moral development. That's not okay. That's different from what we're talking about.
And like frontal lobes and stuff close at what, 24 for girls and 43 for men or something like that. Just had to throw that in there real quick.
How old for men?
43?
67.
67.
But
Yeah.
So my evening was awesome. So it was like a bittersweet evening. So we had to cancel Pan on the Plaza yesterday. Which was the bitter part of it because really worked hard to get that situated. Looking for a postponed or rescheduled date. We will let you guys know as soon as we get that. However, at the same time, there was a Pass the Aux event happening here at Spark FM. And I happened to come. Well, I didn't happen to come. I actually came here. And what a fun time. What a fun time. The place was packed. I don't know where the children send out their bat signals to each other, but they were all here. It was about 100 and plus of them in here. And they weren't like partying. They were networking gathering information on how to make themselves better.
So something that I really, really like seeing is young people doing some productive shit.
So they had like 60 seconds to play one of their new musics. So there was rappers, singers, all kinds of artists here. They had 60 seconds to play their new music, and they just kind of get out there and vibe out. Then the audience would raise their hands and give them feedback, whether it was good or whether it was some creative criticism that they can work on. And they were receptive to this and took the information back to make their records better. So this happened. There was maybe about 40 people that played their music here. They had to sign up. And then they did it, and it was good.
Yeah.
The children, the youth. Let me stop calling them children because it makes it seem like but they're youth. What do you guys like to be called?
The young
Young adults.
Young adults.
Young
I guess so.
The young adults.
The
That
young
sounds so-
people.
The young people. The young people. Them. They had such a time, and a lot of them are extremely talented. They govern themselves in a way to request, to ask for respect. And they also give the same respect. They were all just so in communal and fellowshipped
I love that.
in their thing. So shout out to Sir Clark D. Thrill. Enjoy the Thrill. Music, Matapan Music, or I forget what the other name is. And of course, Spark FM for hosting that event. Shout out to our baby Pam Pam from holding it down in the back. And Baby Pam Pam. And shout out to Unice Cuisine. Even though Pan on the Plaza got shut down or rescheduled, she was still able to bring her food here and sell to the young people who were hungry. So that was really good too, and they really enjoyed it. So I'm excited about that. And shout out to her for feeding my family as well.
Very nice.
So good. That was a nice time. And
it was a good time. Shout out to them young people.
Shout
man.
out to them. They do good. They do very good.
They're just very funky.
Huh?
Very funky bunch.
Yeah, right.
Very funky bunch.
The fashion of today is very interesting.
Very funky.
Very interesting. It's like oversized haute couture.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like that we're back into like the Jenko jeans type era with these big pants and all of that.
Big pants rolled up at the bottom,
Yeah,
and they have like the leather on and the crop jerseys and the, you know, the things, the sweatpants and things as such.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
I need to find a tailor because I have a customized Patriots jersey that is way too large and I want it to fit me. So I
Better
need to
take
find
that right over to bondage.
Oh, I know. You know what? I am. Thank you. That's a great idea.
Bondage by
Or also the Urban Misfits Hightower. He reconstructs jerseys for a living and designs them.
Who's he?
Hightower. He
Hightower
also
I know?
No, not Big Hightower. Other Hightower. He also just started the that we are sponsoring, the Wash Dads Basketball League. So this is for dads who want to get back into shape and want to start getting some activity going. Whether you have basketball knowledge and or experience or not, you could come and join a league and start getting exercised and get your dad bod together.
I'm gonna go to that.
It's very cute.
I'm gonna go support that.
Support the fathers. Hello.
Make sure they all right.
With that said, let's get into the show. Today we got a very special guest for you. Something that we've talked about in the community for a very, very long time. We'll be discussing White Stadium with the Director of Community Engagement from the Legacy Partners. Legacy Soccer Partners, who are the private entity that are splitting the cost of the rebuilding of White Stadium. So if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, we need you guys to share this, tell a friend to tell a friend that we will be talking to the people from White Stadium today on this show. Ask any questions and any concerns, and then we'll try to see if we can get to the bottom of it. And this is going to start a lifetime partnership between them and us to make sure that you, the community, are informed about everything that's going on.
Very good.
With that said, let's get into the show because we officially start right now.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387.
What is this, Doctor?
This is
The Spark of New England, Spark FM.
Bringing the heat back to the airwaves.
Turn us up.
All right, let's take a look.
You're listening to Spark FM. Online.
What happened? She's back into business, right?
Different kind of wine.
Nessa Preppy.
Nessa Preppy.
Oh, where did she go?
Nessa, she just kind of like, remember she was having some little debacles here and there, and then she just kind of fell off, and then she's back now. I don't know what she's saying, but I'm excited about it.
Good.
With that said, let's get into it. Today is Thursday, August the 21st. Thursday, August 21st. It is 9:40 a.m. in the morning. And let's see, the weather is a lot better than it was yesterday. Yesterday was just kind of like a little miserable-ish day of damn rain on and off all day. However, it was a good nap day, and I did take a nap for the first time in like 6 months. So that was awesome.
I said to my bed, I'm about to dive in. And I did. It was nice.
Today is a high of 68 degrees. It's going to be, right now it's 65. Partly cloudy conditions expected around 11 a.m. Wind gusts up to 19 miles per hour. So it is going to be pretty chilly all day today. So wear a hoodie or something. Ooh, let's go into our Around the Way news.
All right, let's get into it. You guys, shout out to our good friends from the Dorchester Reporter. They did a great cover of the Kitties Carnival that took place last on Saturday that passed. And you know, this little baby is gonna be viral.
Oh,
because
she's got to.
What is this child? Is she even real? Is this AI?
The funny thing is that everybody that saw the baby believes that she is AI. I actually saw videos of her interacting, and she is literally the most cutest thing that I've ever seen in all of my days. She looks like a
real.
porcelain doll.
It looks like a doll baby, and I can't take it. She is absolutely gorgeous.
Let the people know what we're looking at for those that listen.
So this is an article from the Dorchester Reporter. Kitty's Carnival draws vibrant colors and a crowd to Talbot Ave. And this is little Nyora Knight. She participated in her first Kitty's Carnival on Saturday in the B Soca Kitty's Carnival, and she marched on Talbot. And look, they don't have a good picture of her boots here, but this baby was ready for Carnival.
She looks
okay,
like a black cabbage patch.
She's
so
gorgeous.
like perfect. That is, I don't know. Last Saturday morning was all about the kids, the Lively Kitties Caribbean Carnival, hosted by the Boston Society of Caribbean Culture and Heritage, BSOCA, featured young revelers marching in full costume to the Blue Hill Avenue Boys and Girls Club for a day of fun focused on teaching them about their culture. Parents, young masqueraders, and other helpers gathered around 10:30 a.m. on Talbot Avenue, while police shut down the street as organizers prepared everyone for an 11 a.m. sharp kickoff. Organizer Danielle Johnson said the event, now in its third year.
One of the organizers.
No, this is Danielle's Carnival. Said the event, now in its third year, was a success. It's the second time the event has been staged on Talbot Avenue, and they were very pleased with the participation and excitement around the event, particularly the effort put into the elaborate costumes, she said. Groups such as the Soca Kids, Camo Kids, CNS Masqueraders, Timoon Pinu, Four-Star Dancers, Branches, Sailpan Orchestra, Glamorous Divas, and others showed up with colorful costumes adorned with feathers and butterfly wings, with one group outfitting the youngest kids in caterpillar costumes. And I have a video of those caterpillars.
Oh my God, I'm so mad that I wanted to see them going down the street.
It was so cute with them with their caterpillars. The music was loud, the beat pulsed, but the family vibe was appreciated throughout the event. And there's more pictures here of some of the participants, which was awesome. We even had the Gallivan Community Center participated as a group, and this was just really, really nice to see. It was an amazing event. Shout out to BSOCA very much for this Kitty's Carnival, because this is what Carnival is about. Kitty's Carnival was the real Carnival. Was the real Boston Carnival.
It is, because the new the adult Boston Carnival is coming up, and disappointingly, there's not going to be a lot of mass on the road. However, Juve seems to be taking the crown this year in Caribbean festivities. I think they have over 14 trucks, maybe.
I mean, Juve sounds like it's gonna be lit. I mean, I even rearranged my plans.
Oh, did you? Because today I woke up and I said, this is probably gonna be the first carnival in about 20 years that I am not with my sister, and I am so very disappointed and hurt about it.
I rearranged plans to attend Juve.
Oh,
Juve.
okay, that's fine. I can take a Juve, because I was like, come on, bro.
So here we go with this. Boston Carnival gears up for the 52nd annual procession, and the Juve Parade is set for a route along Circuit Ave, again from the Dorchester Reporter. Boston Carnival will celebrate its 52nd year this Saturday, August 23rd, in the gathering of the Juve Parade at the break of dawn, and continuing on the road at 1 p.m. for the larger procession on Warren Street and Blue Hill Ave. Shirley Shillingford, president of the Caribbean American Carnival Association of Boston, CACAB, said she is very happy to be welcoming several performers from Trinidad and Tobago, and also a group from the Dominican Republic. Oh, wow. Wow. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Band and the Trinidad and Tobago Rhythm Section will perform along with 25 masqueraders from the Dominican Republic at events all weekend long, including Thursday's King and Queen competition at English High School at 5:30 English High School, the 5:30 a.m. Juve Parade, and the larger afternoon parade as well. Shillingford said the various governments paid for the groups to come to Boston Carnival, but food and accommodations had to be covered by CACAB. Through a generous sponsorship secured by State Senator Nick Collins, those costs have been covered. And so, she said, those in attendance are in for a treat. We have these three very good groups coming, which is in addition to our carnival, she said. They're going to be spectacular. Some might ask, why the Dominicans? But I say, that's diversity. They are coming in costume, 25 of them. And with the other two bands, it's a big addition to our festival. It is the festival because there is nobody else in the festival.
Did she say to our other two bands?
No. No. Honorees this year include Grand Master Reverend Wayne Daly of Mattapan and Grand Matron Counselor Erin Murphy. Oh! of Dorchester. Daly, who was originally from Montserrat and previously worked for DA Kevin Hayden, said he was very excited to serve and has a long background playing steel pan as a youth. We looked for someone who is very positive, like Reverend Daly, and doing great things in the community, Shillingsford said. He is from the Caribbean, and he has a long history of playing steel drums and then grew up and became a minister. We think Councillor Murphy is an independent thinker, and we see her doing the work around the community.
Shout out to Aaron.
Juve, which has been controversial due to violent incidents in the past, will for a second year be contained within Franklin Park, beginning at 5:30 a.m. at the Shattuck Hospital and kicking off for Circuit Drive at 6 a.m. Marchers will proceed up Circuit Drive, be judged by near the Playstead entrance, and conclude at Peabody Circle, where vendors will be located. I think last year this was a move in the right direction and at the right time and gave us the right results, which is why we are continuing it this year. We got rave reviews last year, and I agree with that. Later that day at 1 p.m., Mayor Wu and the other dignitaries will cut the ribbon at the corner of Martin Luther King Boulevard and Warren Street for the main procession, which will move up Warren Street to Blue Hill Ave, pass by the judging, and stand at Franklin Park and end at Peabody Circle. In addition to those events, a free carnival breakfast will be held at City Hall this Friday from 9 to noon, catered by Dorchester's Taste of Eden restaurant. And Taste of Eden will be closing after this. It's closing down. Yeah.
Shout out to Hopa and the
Fix the jiggly thing.
Shout out to Hopa.
Yeah.
And the crew over at Taste of Eden who has held it down in Boston for a long time, feeding a lot of schools, feeding a lot of community centers, organizations. So big shout outs to them. They will be shutting down.
Yeah, unfortunately. And they got a good what is it? The curry veggie scallops.
Oh, them scallops for the church.
Yes, over
church.
Some rice. That'd be hitting. I love that.
Is nice.
I don't love vegetarian food, but that is delicious.
Very nice.
Driver slams into building in the Back Bay. This is crazy. Police are investigating after a driver crashed into a building in the Back Bay on Wednesday night. Officers could be seen working to remove the vehicle from the entrance to a building surrounded with scaffolding at the intersection of Beacon and Dalton Streets. The cause of the crash remains under investigation and no additional information is available. Did you guys see those two influencers that were sitting in the restaurant?
Oh, they were eating?
They were eating.
Yes.
And the car came and slammed in.
Where is that video? Because that's crazy. I was listening to it on the other radio station, and the stupid girl over there was like, it looks like it was staged. Shut up.
Everybody's so smart. Everybody's smart. Anyway, what else do we have? Cannabis retail operators seek license for a Codman Square store. And this is very interesting because Good Low Key did shut down in Codman Square, and now there are new people.
The owner of the one in Brockton.
Oh, is that who it is?
Yeah.
Legal Greens, yeah.
Yep.
So the operators, and this again, please let me shout out Dorchester Reporter. Thank you for your news. The operators of a retail cannabis dispensary who plan to reopen in a Codman Square storefront have won approvals for a delivery license from the Boston Cannabis Board and are awaiting a board vote for their retail license. The new business, Legal Greens, intends to operate from the former Low Key dispensary space at 571 Washington Street. The previous business closed its doors earlier this summer. Legal Greens executives Vanessa Jean-Baptiste and Mark Bouquet discussed their plans with neighbors during an August 6th meeting at the Codman Square Neighborhood Council. The two licenses will also need state approval, which Bouquet said could take 6 or 7 months. Legal Greens has purchased the building and is making space for courier and delivery and hoped for retail. They have hired 12 employees for their courier and delivery operations, with another 12 hired for the expected retail offering. The company has existing locations in Brockton and anticipates that this dispensary will share their flagship location in Boston. Will be their flagship location in Boston. Oh, wow. We are coming here to succeed, Bouquet said. In another CSNC news, the city-owned Codman Park is expected to open to the public on September 1st, according to the council chair, Cynthia Loesch Johnson. She said that they had anticipated a July opening, but days into construction materials prevented that. The Codman Square Centerpiece Public Arts Project is expected to be installed in the park by artist Destiny Palmer this month. Meanwhile, the Angels Wings Park in the Codman Burial Ground on Norfolk Street, a community preservation committee project via Second Church in Dorchester, is progressing nicely, church officials said. Crews have paved the walking paths and seating for the amphitheater, which has been installed. They said they hope to open soon after the Codman Park in the fall. The council briefly discussed and announced closure of the Walgreens pharmacy on Washington Street on September 10th. Members said they had no information on what might replace the store, and they hope to discuss the matter in more detail on their September 3rd meeting. The store site is a large anchor in the square and is adjacent to a large municipal parking lot. I'm really sorry to hear that Walgreens is closing. And that what is going on? All the Walgreens is closing.
All the Walgreens is just closing.
And all the rainbows.
And all the rainbows.
What's happening?
Because the one in Upham's Corner closed.
Yeah.
The one in, where did I say that one? And by Lambert's.
By Lambert's is closed, yeah.
Why the hell would they close that big ass rainbows by Lambert's?
I don't know. So now we have Mattapan Square and Grove Hall. That's it.
That's all we got. They don't want us to have nothing.
That's all the rainbows is.
We can't do nothing.
And I'm talking about rainbows so much because I saw a video the other day and a woman was asking a man, where do women need to dress from in order to impress men? And he said, rainbows. Somebody sent me that as I was walking into the rainbow. I don't give a damn.
I like it.
I like a rainbow.
I like a rainbow. Rainbow's a quick outfit, real quick.
And they
There's
got
a whole bunch of rainbows all over here.
Really? Tell us where they are.
There's a Rainbow Blue Alive, Rainbow Rosendale, Rainbow Jamaica Plain.
Rainbow Rosendale is closed.
Where's
Rainbow
Jamaica
Chelsea,
Plain?
Rainbow Riviera, Rainbow Lynn, Rainbow Limbo.
Rainbow the
Rainbow
rainbow.
Limbo.
Does Rainbow sell men's clothes?
No, which they should.
They send kids clothes.
I don't know what a rainbow is.
But like baby kids.
Baby kids. They have uniforms in there, school uniforms. Major fentanyl cocaine bust in Massachusetts resulted in 19 arrests and 33 guns recovered. Hundreds of Massachusetts law enforcement officials conducted a narcotics investigation that resulted in the arrest of 19 people, the seizure of cocaine, fentanyl, and 30 firearms. In a news release by the Massachusetts State Police, the investigation began in March involving a drug trafficking organization distributing fentanyl and cocaine in the Taunton and Fall River areas. The suspects were identified as Ramon Nieves and his wife Esther Nieves as suspected drug suppliers. During the investigation, a controlled purchase of fentanyl was made and officers conducted a motor vehicle stop of a customer, which resulted in the seizure of trafficking amounts of fentanyl and cocaine. On April 15th, search warrants were conducted by hundreds of law enforcement officials for 20 locations, 14 cell phones, and 10 vehicles. This led to the arrest of 18 individuals, the seizure of over 2,360 grams of cocaine, 1,365 grams of fentanyl, 33 firearms, hundreds of rounds of ammunition, high-capacity magazines, and $109,355. Dang! On April 1st, search warrants were conducted for 3 apartments in Fall River and Chevrolet Silverado, believed to be used for drug trafficking by Nieves. More than 3,915 grams of fentanyl, $8,000 and other evidence of drug trafficking recovered. Ramon Nieves was arrested and charged with trafficking fentanyl. Where you doing all that? Where you got all that money from? Where you doing all that money with it? Where you going to go at? Ramon and his wife Esther, just them two? Oh no, 18 other people. That's crazy. Sheriff Tompkins plans to plead not guilty to federal extortion charges.
All right, Mr. Tompkins, you better fight for your right to party.
Suffolk County Sheriff Stephen Tompkins will plead not guilty to 2 counts of extortion when he appears in Boston federal court on Thursday, according to his lawyer.
You think that's gonna work? Hello.
I don't know if that's gonna work. From what I hear, they got lots of evidence supporting the fact that he definitely extorted those people, allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's
what I heard. But stories can be different.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell y'all I had a story. I had a tea. We had a commercial break. We talked to tea.
Oh, yes. Spill the tea on the commercial break. Sheriff Tompkins strongly and unconditionally denies the federal charges, defense attorney Martin Weinberg said in a statement to WBUR. He fully intends to mount a vigorous and effective defense to the existing accusation. Prosecutors allege that Tompkins, 67, used his official position to threaten a cannabis executive into returning $50,000 the sheriff had invested in initial shares of the company. According to the indictment, the company entered into a hiring partnership with the Suffolk County Sheriff's Department as part of a licensing effort with the Cannabis Control Commission. commission. Tompkins allegedly threatened to pull the partnership if he wasn't sold $50,000 worth of pre-IPO stock. When the shares crashed, Tompkins demanded his investment return in full. The indictment has not named the executive that Tompkins allegedly extorted. Public financial records show Tompkins owned a stake in an investment company controlled by Frank Perullo, one of the co-founders of Ascend Wellness Holdings and a longtime Massachusetts political lobbyist. Prominent Massachusetts Democrats have been hesitant to call for Tompkins' resignation. Tompkins resigned as chair of the board of Roxbury Community College last week. In Weinberg, Tompkins has one of the state's best-known and well-respected advocates making his case. The prominent federal criminal defense lawyer was part of the legal team on the high-profile Karen Reed murder case.
Oh, wow. Sheriff Tompkins.
All right, Tompkins.
I see you.
Is set to
Using
appear
his
for
little
his
endorsement
arraignment.
money, his little, embezzlement money for a lawyer. I hear you.
He is set to appear for his arraignment at the Moakley Courthouse today at 2:30 p.m. And you guys can go on down there if you want to and see it.
Yes, you can.
I'm going to go to it.
Is there any news about the strike boat ride tomorrow?
Is there news about the strike boat ride tomorrow?
Yes.
Saucy and friends will be ending early to attend the strike boat ride tomorrow.
We do not play. We be like, oh, we got to go.
Sell it in.
Sell it to the side.
Sell it in right quick. Sold out. Strike boat ride tomorrow.
We gotta get there early so we can get home.
I ain't never missed a strike. Okay? I've been on every strike that there ever was. On land or sea.
Even when they had two boats.
Both boats.
Both boats.
Yes.
We got kidnapped on one of those boats.
Oh, we did get kidnapped on one of those boats. I ain't never missed a strike, and I will not miss a strike tomorrow. Anyhow, what else do we got in here? Mayor Wu says Boston remains the safest major city despite multiple shootings and stabbings overnight.
Maybe I agree about that. I don't feel like it should continue to be a talking point.
I don't
like
want to use it anymore.
Major talking point. It's starting to sound like a propaganda to me.
Just not dying.
Indoctrination.
Yeah, I don't want to use it anymore.
5:30, one night in Dorchester is really raising some questions about Boston's status as one of the country's safest cities. Thanks for staying with us. I'm David Wade.
And I'm Courtney Cole. Now, police had a pretty busy night, David, including calls for 4 shootings within just 2 hours.
Dang.
The mayor touts Boston as the safest large city in the country, but do residents really feel that way? WBZ's Louisa Moeller went to find out.
Mayor Wu is always saying we're the safest major city in America.
Not at all.
Tell me why you don't think so.
Today, I had a conversation about safety.
There's no accountability. No one's held accountable for their actions. You can't even go in a store without seeing someone shoplift in front of you. You can't. There's kids walking around with guns that are getting arrested, and they're put back on the street the next day.
And learned one's own security is in the eye of the beholder.
Since I came here, I realized the police is doing their best.
The conversation kick-started by multiple violent incidents in Boston over the last 24 hours. Four different reports of people shot just in Dorchester and 2 reports of stabbings. One as recently as 10:19 this morning on Dacia Street.
Nice.
I mean, terrible.
It is terrible.
But that's not true. He's talking foolishness. I can't even go to the store without seeing people shoplift.
He sound like the people in he sound like Donald Trump. He was like I was hearing him today. He said something about the people of DC. He once talked to somebody who was in a golf tournament and his son was going to a restaurant. And I asked the dad, would you have let your son go to a restaurant in the city over a year ago? And that dad was like, no. Thank you so much, Donald Trump, because in 4 days, you have cleaned it up and made D.C. so safe for us to go to the restaurants.
Bullshit.
What the hell restaurants was y'all going to? The one in Iraq?
Bullshit.
In Iraq, D.C.?
Irish. I don't even know.
I don't understand.
You know what? And that is true because during Donald Trump's first presidency, wasn't all that killing going on in Chicago every day? How come you ain't never deployed the National Guard out there?
The thing is, Donald Trump didn't know his power then. He didn't know all the rules of what he can do. Now that he's got these old saggy bald white men around him, the heritage crew, they're telling him, oh, we've been studying this for a long time because we can read and he cannot. So that's what's going on.
Saggy bald white man.
Are they not?
Yeah, I don't know about they both.
Guess what, you guys? Washington, D.C. leads America in unemployment.
Is that right?
That's true.
Right. They ain't leading it enough because who should be unemployed is very employed there. They need to unemploy him. He needs to lose his job.
I was like, who is she talking about?
Dorchester Food Co-op in danger of closing in months. And that is really
Another
sad.
one?
This is the one, isn't it? Please support. Okay, so it looks like the future of the community grocery store and cafe in Boston that debuted a couple years ago is in question. According to a notice from the business, Dorchester Food Co-op may have to shut down soon, with the post from Bowden Street Spot saying the following: urgent, facing closure in 2 months. Please shop to keep the Dorchester Food Co-op. Please support what you own now and each week. The co-op needs an increase in sales, or else the cash reserves for operational costs will run out in 2 short months. We're committed to doing everything we can in the next few months. Please join us, shop, share, give, and order catering today. We have reached out to them to get them in here to talk about.
The one right there on the Fields Corner?
No.
Bowden Street?
No, Bowden Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you say?
I said Bowden Street.
Oh, yeah, on Bowden Street. Dorchester Food Co-op first opened in the fall of 2023, being billed when it debuted as Boston's only community and worker-owned food co-op, and featuring fresh organic foods, with its focus being on bringing affordable, healthy options to the neighborhood. The website for Dorchester Food Co-op is the address is 195 Bowden Street, and its website is dorchesterfoodcoop.com. So go out there, support that business. They got some nice little pastelitos and cookies. First for Franklin Park, an executive director of Franklin Park.
Wait, what's that? Block Island. Where's Block Island?
Is it one of the Boston Harbor Islands?
Is it?
Yeah.
That's where people be going. What's the other one? That's a
Spectacle Island.
Spectacle Island. What they do over there? You got to get a ferry to go over there?
Yeah, you have to get a ferry to go over there, and they're having a Caribbean showcase this Saturday on Spectacle Island.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a whole Caribbean dance party on Spectacle Island Saturday.
That's nice.
During Carnival. It's nice.
Go there.
It's an alternative. It's going to have the This and That band and music and food and all of that.
That was Sister D.
Yeah.
Let me go heat up with this. Go ahead.
What you heating up?
I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time.
Bring the mic with you.
It's sticking.
Bring the mic.
Shay, you got to get down on the floor and on the floor. Like that. When Luis Perez de Murizi reports to his new job on September 15th, he'll walk into his 527-acre office as Franklin Park's first executive director. This story courtesy of .news.com, the Dorchester Reporter. Mayor Wu, an advisory team that included the members of the Franklin Park Coalition, chose the 41-year-old Demarizi after a search that took about a year and a half. He will serve under the commissioner of the Boston Parks and Recreation Department as the first overseer of a single park in Boston, though such arrangements are common elsewhere. I'm super excited for the role because Franklin Park and the Boston Park system really started landscape architecture, Demarizi told the reporter on Monday, in noting that it's an important part of both his education and the landscape architectural profession that he said started with Frederick Law Olmsted. Franklin Park is a major legacy of Olmsted, he added, and as a landscape architect, he's someone we all aim to emulate in the way. Having studied that legacy, he said, I knew Franklin Park's significance, and I've been to the zoo and the kite festival with my daughter, and I thought this was a great opportunity to bring this park to a newfound glory.
Okay. So
very nice, very nice.
Interesting.
He grew up in the Northwest Bronx, and is now a Boston resident and the executive director or something like that of Franklin Park. That's nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. And to end in a Black Joy note, celebrate Black Joy at the ICA. This is courtesy of the Bay State Banner. So photographer and community activist Thaddeus Miles that's our Thaddeus, right?
Yep.
Wants to see more Black joy. And that's been his mission since 2019. And for the past 5 years, he collaborated with the ICA Boston to celebrate Black Joy Day in September. Too often, that narrative of Black people and about Black life is told about the community's focus on pain, struggle, and survival, said Miles. And while those things are true, it's not the whole truth, right? For me, our history is filled with laughter, creativity, brilliance, and love. Miles initially planned to launch a series of events celebrating joy and to capture that joy with his camera. More than 300 people attended the Black Joy Project launch at the Museum of Fine Arts in February. of 2020, but the pandemic shutdown changed the opportunities for community connection. The city of Boston named September 12th, 2020 Black Joy Day, and Miles has been celebrating it annually ever since. He also posts photography, poems, essays, and other materials related to Black Joy on his website, blackjoy.blog. The event originated as a celebration of culture, connection, and community, and it has only grown over the years. Miles said that in previous years, the celebration has included kayaking on Fort Point Channel, visiting the Children's Museum and the ICA, crabbing, fishing, engaging with artists, and much more. And that spirit of curiosity and togetherness carries on well after the event itself. So what is happening? This year's lineup for this year's event is being finalized, but Miles says attendees can expect live performances and DJ sets, community-based vendors, storytelling, food trucks, and, of course, access to the ICA. Portia Zavahara, Hidden Battles, and Hondo's on exhibition at the Zimbabwean artist's work will be on view. Black Joy Day, which is free and open to all, takes place at the ICA on September 12th from 5 to 9 p.m. Miles emphasizes that the event is intergenerational and family friendly. It reminds us all that we have the right to experience life fully, not just in survival mode, but in celebration, said Miles. It's a beautiful time. So, of course, once again, that's September 12th from 5 to 9 p.m. The ICA will be free for Black Joy Day.
Very nice.
Very nice. I'm going to go back.
We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be back. When we come back, we'll be talking to the White Stadium Director of Community Engagement. Yeah. So all of you guys that had questions about this and wanted to know more about White Stadium, we'll be hearing more about it from their people. Yeah. So keep it locked right here. And again, give it up a share. Let people know what's going on. We'll be right back after this what is it? Commercial breaks.
Community breaks.
And we'll be back.
Why are you still out? Should you not be at home getting ready for the nationwide lockdown?
First and foremost, we are used to stay outside. The cause of it, some of the structures. There are like this one. It end up.
Tell us why.
You are now listening to Spark FM.
Often I hear people talking about how high their electricity bills are. Massachusetts has programs that everyday homeowners pay for, but never look into. Have you ever considered why some homes have panels and others don't? If you have Eversource, National Grid, or Unitil for electricity, you are paying for your neighbors to get panels at no cost. The charges are on the bill. Why not get someone to pay for yours? This program also helps with re-roofing, tree cutting, and electrical upgrades. If you're tired of short-term solutions for a long-term problem, connect with Bakari to find out if your home meets the requirements to upgrade at no cost out of pocket. Save the planet, future-proof your family for power outages, and save tens of thousands of dollars on an otherwise lifelong bill. Mention Spark when you call or text SPARK to 617-833-8940 to get 2 months off your power bill covered if your home gets selected.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, Seriously, the best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Looking for a meaningful way to engage with your community and make a difference? Volunteer with the Massachusetts Senior Medicare Patrol Program and help prevent Medicare fraud. Visit masmp.org. This project is supported by a grant from the U.S. Administration for Community Living.
Each and every Saturday night from 6 to 9 p.m. inside the Avenue, where you bring the drinks and we bring the vibes. My name is Gary Banton alongside my co-host Big Trini, right here in SparkFMOnline.com, the number one place for soca, hip-hop, R&B, and more. Each and every Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. It's The Avenue.
Spark FM.
I know you nasty. She be touching on her own body.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
Says she wanna take me away. Says she wanna take me away. Says she wanna show me the way.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at SparkFMOnline.com.
Turn us up.
Spark FM.
Sexy fang. I can hear my father talking to me. Yeah. I made the impossible possible, and they hated that. Took a trip on the highway to hell, but I made it back. They don't like me, that's cool. I'm okay with that. My mom's and my kid and my family, yo, I'm straight with that. Said them prayers for me, God heard them, and he brought me back. Stepped inside the church, but all my dirt was like a laundromat. Wash away my sins, God, I pray to be a better man. Take the steps, recover my soul, make a better plan. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, but you didn't. Now I wish I had Chris, Derry, Anthony, and Fletcher. Man, they good dads. Watch Mav turn into a full-time father. I look into my kid's face, and I gotta go harder, cause it's all about the time that they spend with you. When you're dead and gone, the memories, how they remember you. Think about Gotti and Rock, or when Dange died. Could've been me either way, so now it's time to shine. I remember every week seemed like a homicide. How I survive, you gon' have to ask God why. Behind the scenes, I'm helping people and I'm giving back. You still hate on me, my demon's about to snap. Everything I spit in my raps, it's all fact. If that ain't what a real is, then what you call that? Stuff a whole choir inside a clip, they'll sing and let it clap like blah. Real is up, that's how it's supposed to be. They don't respect you when you humble, then they'll throw you where the vultures be. Nice guys finish last, I'ma get the last laugh. Pop up with $1 million in cash and leave they mad. Yeah, I seen Christians turn to gangsters, seen Muslims turn to hustlers, seen preachers turn to customers, seen wifeys turn to seen bosses turn to licks, then they'll turn them into runts, and I seen shooters turn to snitch. And don't ask me why I'm pissed though, how my name ain't on the list. Walk a mile inside my shoes, I bet them niggas call it quits. And your favorite rapper corny, on the mic they telling stories. When they drink Corona bottles, only time they held a 40. Nigga shot me at my doorbell, woke up with a catheter in me, and I didn't tell. Feeling like Jesus on the cross, hit me with the nails. Look into the eyes of my Judas, hit me with betrayal. Damn, I was in hell selling heaven. Introduce you to the devil with an automatic weapon, and then I put it on the scale, it said 666. I used to pimp and catch licks and let a full clip spit. Then my angel talking to me like, made it out of there, and I vowed to never go back. Listen to my angels over demons, cause I owe them that. So when I go through it, I just hop inside of gratitude. Count all the blessings I have, I got a lot to lose. I remember sitting in that cell, my face on the news. My heart goes out to the struggling, what they going through. I know the temptation's there just to hurt me. I say a prayer up to God, I hope he heard me. Yeah, I hope he heard me. I hope he heard me.
You're listening to Spark FM.
Amen.
Online.
Check. Good morning, and welcome to us back, and welcome you guys back. We are live here at Spark FM Online, number one for urban and Caribbean music. And today we are sitting down with the Boston Legacy Partners. to discuss White Stadium and the project that you guys like to talk about so much here in Boston, Massachusetts. Welcome, Mike. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
Good. You can turn your mic right to you, and you can lower it down if you want to, too.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I'll be taking pictures of you on this side, so smile big.
Get the dimple side.
Yes, get my good side. That's a good dimple. Definitely a good dimple. Welcome. So, if you guys don't know, the Legacy Partners will be the co-owners. Kind of? No. See?
That's
Good.
Very, very important.
I like this. Let's start here. So tell us about the Boston Legacy Partners first. Just give us a general overview of who they are, and then we'll clear up some misconceptions and some myths.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Boston Legacy Football Club, the newest pro sports team coming to Boston. Obviously, we know this is an incredibly passionate fan sports base and a city that really roots for its teams, right? We saw how City turned for the Celtics when they won.
Oh, yeah.
We are another opportunity for fans to be able to root for hopefully a winning franchise in sports. And one specifically in the heart of the city at Franklin Park in White Stadium as our home in 2027.
2027. 2027. Okay.
Yes, exactly. And the soccer team is really eager in this moment where there's tremendous support.
Yeah.
Not just for sports, but for women's sports in particular.
Yeah.
Right? We're seeing the push for the WNBA team.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We're an opportunity to make that real for folks or fans to root for us. Starting in 2026 will be our inaugural season at Gillette.
Okay.
And then we will move to White Stadium in 2027.
Oh, so that's something else I didn't know.
I didn't know that
you guys
either.
are starting off at Gillette, and then you're gonna move into your new home in White Stadium.
Yes.
Is there why such a big push these days over women's sports? We, like you said, the Sun, we're looking to purchase. We are doing women's soccer. Why do you think there's such a big push for women's sports these days? Not that I'm mad.
Yeah. I see it as an extension of a revolutionary moment
Yeah.
where we are finally getting our opportunities. Folks who've been typically shut out of different spotlights are now starting to get their own platforms.
Yeah.
Right? We talked about this earlier as entrepreneurs who are not waiting for a seat at the table. They're building their own studios. Right?
Absolutely.
And I think we're seeing that spill over in a number of different ways, particularly with women's sports. Instead of waiting for, the momentum to get there, they've been building their own things. There's so many superstars, and people are really responding to that.
Yeah.
And now that there's more opportunities to showcase a lot of these talents, a lot of these stars, people are strongly responding to it. And I think that's why we're having a tremendous moment right now.
I think it's also, for me, it seems like it's a surge in women's sports because of what's going on with just like nationwide with the current administration. It seems like they're trying to silence women's voices and kind of push us in the background. So with this upsurge of like, no, there's all these things going on. I really like that, like we're being held in the front. So,
what made you guys look at White Stadium as the home for this?
Yeah.
Of all the stadiums that you guys could have found, why White Stadium?
Yeah, a number of different factors. So part of it was this tremendous moment and excitement in women's sports, which has manifested in a surge in demand for the National Women's Soccer League.
Yeah.
And demand both in tickets of going to games, right, as well as for TV deals, broadcasting deals, and there are different requirements that go into broadcasting. You all understand this, right?
Yeah.
People get to enjoy your show, but it's not like you just show up and it's on the air, right? It's not like there's so much that goes into that. And same with broadcasting for soccer games, pro sports games, and White Stadium. With this renovation and the significant investment we can make in partnership with the city, connecting to that first question you had, right?
Yeah.
The city owns it completely.
Okay.
We are just essentially tenants who are renting space in it.
I want you to say that again slow, because I think that the narrative around White Stadium is that this new private entity is coming into White Stadium. They're gonna own it and allow us to use it when
not
with
using
permission.
it.
Yeah. So say that part again.
Yes, let's make this clear. The city and the people and residents of Boston completely own White Stadium.
Yeah.
We simply are residents who have literally a signed lease, right? So anyone who's renting knows, and they signed a lease to take and use part of that space during our season, which will be as a part of our contract in that lease. no more than 20 games.
No more than 20
Okay,
games.
so no more than 20 games.
And how long is the season?
Yes, so the season runs from March to November, and that's something that we heard through the community engagement process over the last 2 years, right? A strong advocacy for ensuring, one, that the city continues to own it, right?
Yeah.
And it is publicly owned. And then secondly, thinking about the actual use of the stadium and all of those different pieces. And so for us, while, yes, the season runs from March to November, and there were some concerns about that, games taking place on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays in warm weather months.
Right.
That's still only 5% of the entire year, the 20 games, right? And then of those March to November, we're talking about 114 Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays that we're going to spread out those 20 games, right? So like 4 out of every 5 Fridays, Saturday, and Sundays aren't impacted by a game at all.
Okay.
And then occasionally 1 out of those 5 will be a game spread out across March to November.
Okay.
How have you guys, how have you guys been dealing with the backlash and the courts and all kinds of stuff? Because I know that it must be an exciting time, but at the same time, like, golly.
Fervor actually, I think, speaks to that passion, which, again, answers your question around why White Stadium. We understand the community around it. I live in that community. I live in Garrison Trotter. I'm up on Humboldt. I'm near BLA, Boston Public School. I have family friends who play BPS, and that was part of our decision. We knew there was to be a passionate community, both in terms of sports as well as this fierce advocacy for White Stadium, the crown jewel, right? In Franklin Park of the whole Emerald Necklace, right? And we understood them. That's why we wanted to work with this community to ensure that they would benefit from the transformative opportunities that could come with this. So it's actually been, some days really intense, and always a really fun and great part of my role as director of community engagement, because I was a community member who showed up to public meetings and was just a bystander in the process. But through that process was able to take on a more active role, and then now formally do so on behalf of the team to ensure that my community gets heard, and all those desires are reflected in how we move and operate as a team, and then specifically we make them happen. It's not just actual words. There are specific commitments that we make that we then have to make real, and that's why I'm so excited for the passionate advocacy for White Stadium across the board.
I'm excited because I heard you say that you live here. What was the what was the thing that you said, oh, I want to be involved. This is for us. I want to have a good position up here that I can be almost pretty much the liaison between community and the partners. What triggered you specifically to be like, this is what we need?
A few things triggered me to take up this role and to advocate for this transformative opportunity. First was the 40 years of failure and futility. Or failure to bring anything to fruition. Right? 40 years. This is not the first attempt, right? I think I always find it important to honor those who have come before us, our ancestors, and recognize the 40-year historical context of the 4 to 5 attempts to renovate White Stadium. People have wanted this for a very long time. But it's
very long time.
The question is, how do we actually do it realistically? And I think even stepping away, I was able to learn through the community engagement process before I even stepped into this role about those 4 to 5 attempts of why didn't those work out? Like, what was the issue? And something that I heard that really clicked for me was, even if we renovate it, what's the same thing that just happened for it to fall into disrepair over another 40 years if we can't commit to the maintenance cost, which is pretty significant. And that's why other opportunities have fallen through. It's like, okay, we can do that renovation, but how do we identify a source of funds that the people are going to trust? Right? I was in community meetings and folks were like, how do we know that we can trust that the maintenance is going to be there? And the answer was, well, the pro sports team and the soccer team, they have to keep
they have to. It has to be nice.
So that was the only sustainable option that I really felt like, when we're talking about 30 years, we have a 30-year lease. That's a pretty significant burden.
Oh, the soccer team has a 30-year lease.
So we have essentially it's structured as 3 10-year leases. We have to meet those specific requirements as set by the community and the city. If we don't, then we can't renew the lease, right? Like any landlord, right? And then similarly, we have that structure where there are options for over 30 years. And in that, we are required to cover maintenance, right? Which we're projecting to be about $2 million a year times 30 years. Just think about it from a housing. Anyone who's either renting or owns a home has a mortgage. If you're renting, you're paying your landlord's mortgage essentially, and or if you have a condo, there's an HOA fee that covers that. We essentially, as a renter and tenant,
are covering
taking on the HOA fee.
the land, what is it called? The landlord's job.
Yeah.
We have a lease, we're paying rent, and we're covering the HOA fee over the 30 years, right?
That's different. That's the difference.
I like that one.
We have it at $2 million right now.
Yeah.
Over 30 years. Do you think it's going to be 95 prices?
Right.
Exactly. Right now, no. Do you think it's going to be 55 prices the same?
Yeah.
We're covering all that regardless of what the price is. And that's something that's not covered in this conversation around the burden of this part. And that's what really sold me on the partnership.
So why is that part not covered? Like, we heard Mayor Wu when she was in here. She broke it down.
Yeah.
And she broke it down twice for me in 2 different forums. And I was convinced.
Yeah.
Still very apprehensive around the traffic structure and how that's going to go for those 20 games or whenever that's being in use. But those are things that come along with whatever. Right. So I like that. I like the rejuvenation of White Stadium. The cost of it has been a very big controversial point. And I think that is what kind of gets people riled up too. Like, it's costing this much, we can do it for less. But we can't do it less without the maintenance.
Right, and that's what I wanted to say, because we have heard about the alternative plan that is going to cost significantly less than the $200 million that is projected. And is that $200 million still ballpark figure?
So we're going to get updated cost at the end of the year when bids come back.
Right.
And obviously that's going to be impacted by the current political environment, all of those different pieces.
Yeah.
That'll give us a better sense of
So the difference between this project, which is going to be estimated at about $200 million, and what we've been hearing about, which would cost significantly less, is that the one that costs significantly less doesn't have opportunities to maintain.
One part of that is the maintenance burden, which we're factoring as an additional $60 million.
Yeah.
Right? $2 million times 30.
Yeah.
Add that $60 million on top of all of that. That's a huge part. And that's just if that number stays the same, right? That's like thinking if the number in 1995,
the gas is going to be the same.
It'll be the same in 2020.
Right. Yeah.
No, that's just one part of the transformative opportunity. The other part are the economic and community benefits.
Yes.
Right. The dollars flowing back into the community, because one part of my job has been to listen to the community and hear that we want to ensure that we are part of the process of rebuilding White Stadium, and those dollars for contracts float within our community, within Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapan.
Right.
And we heard that, and we commit to doing that, but again, in tangible terms. So we said 50% of our contracts we will award to minority and women business enterprises.
Heard that. Yes, yeah.
Right? That's transformative dollars that are going to be flowing back into our neighborhoods, right? And potentially not just the 1 to 2 years of contracts for construction.
Yeah.
We're talking these lifetime operational contracts, right? For running the stadium on game days, all these other elements and the pieces.
Okay. So that's a part of your lease?
Yes, that's part of the community commitments that we make.
Community commitment. Okay. All right.
And so what jobs, you started talking about jobs. So what kind of jobs would be available to like businesses and to the community?
Yeah, absolutely. Anything that goes into running and building a stadium. Right?
Yeah.
And there's so many different pieces that people don't even know about in addition to the obvious ones. But, one of my favorite ones I want to highlight right here is thinking about transportation. I heard earlier these concerns very legitimately on traffic, right? I'm looking at Blue Hill. I took the 28 bus here. A lot of conversations.
It was free.
Exactly. That's probably why I took it. Door to door, essentially, for the free. And we're a lot of conversations around transportation, so we decided to hire a transportation and mobility consultant, Privé Parking, from Roxbury.
Oh,
so it has
nice. I've heard of them.
Exactly. Familiarity and expertise of Roxbury, knows the South End, did valet work out there with the restaurants very well, the complexities of mobility, and is connected in the community. And now it's going to be working with us on figuring out a lot of these kinks over the next year to ensure as smooth as the operational process. And that's just like one of the examples of contracts in transportation planning. Obviously, there's security, there's maintenance, there's the actual building and construction. I don't have a construction background, but I'm learning so many different trades that are going into that, all of those different people. And that's why I want to use this opportunity to highlight that. We are actively looking for different companies and different vendors to work on the construction and the build as well as operations of the stadium.
How do you find those
and concessions too, right?
Concessions,
yeah.
Exactly.
I want to work.
Yeah, me
too.
Serve me a hot dog.
Make a lemonade.
I was reading on your website about the community process, and you said that you started out going into the community process. As this starts to develop and it's going to push through, how does the community stay involved with the conversation and making sure that their needs are being listened to and heard.
Yes, that remains the utmost priority. And again, when I speak about these key elements of the partnership, you will always hear them backed in tangible terms, right? The tangible dollars and millions of dollars that are flowing to the businesses is our investment in the community, as well as in this specific case. When it comes to the community voice, we will have and are working on creating a structured and formal body, a White Stadium Neighborhood Advisory Council, comprised of different residents, right, who already have been engaged in the process over these last 2 years, over 60 public meetings, right, through 5 or 6 unanimous commission approvals, right, landmarks, Parks and Rec. That goes through a pretty extensive public process. But to your question around how are we going to continue that, we're going to structure and create a White Stadium Neighborhood Advisory Council. And if folks are interested, we're going to be promoting and sharing some of this information soon of like thinking about folks who are in immediate proximity to the park and who are thus obviously most impacted, having a direct voice and say in different specific recommendations on transportation, traffic, all of these different pieces, the new all the ramifications or impact of game day, all of those different pieces.
How has the process been so far? We see that White Stadium has started to, they have started to, what is the word? Demolish it. Yeah. How has the process been in its infinite stage of
piggybacking on that question, has it been completely demolished and we're just rebuilding it all the way up, or is any of the old infrastructure?
Good question.
As you are correctly noticing, significant progress in terms of this renovation of White Stadium. And you can go there, you can see it yourself, and that's always one of the coolest part of the project. And what you'll see is not completely demolished because, as I mentioned, we went through a pretty extensive public permitting process. There are very specific steps you have to go through.
She knows about the permitting process.
And for landmarks, particularly with historical preservation,
there's even
very specific requirements that come with that. And for our case, it's maintaining the clamshell wall. So if you go there, you'll still see there's an incredible piece of history, and that's beautiful that the community made clear. Like we want to make sure that we're not just tearing it all down, from scratch, but you can go down and still see that. And that is where we are in terms of the progress right now. We also are working on with our contractor that's been awarded on the west side, its bond, working with also the same uniformity with the city and the east side to really move forward with those economies of scale to move forward on the construction.
Wow.
I'm excited to hear you speak about it in such a positive way. Because usually what we're hearing, what we're reading about from the news and media and stuff like that is that there's always some type of confusion around it. But again, like I said, every time that I've heard it broken down to me, it makes a little bit more sense. To that
point, I want to add one thing. I do want to make space for the legitimacy of the concerns. Right? And the historical context around, I think, where we started before, like why is this moment happening? Why is now the right time? This revolutionary spirit. I think historically, folks have been excluded, particularly, from promises that have been made and that have not been kept, or from.
And we hear that all the time, like this decision already been made without us, but. There have been several community
60 plus meetings over 5 to 6 unanimous approvals, right? And over a 2-year process. And keep in mind, again, even if however you feel about this specific initiative, this project, and this administration, let's remember the 40 years of conversation around this last 4 to 5 attempts, that preceded all of this. I think that's really important. Remember, that is legitimate. And there's concern that, how is this going to be different than how it has been in the past? Because this is so radically and revolutionarily different. I understand why people are not necessarily there's a little bit more work to do to get them on board. Because they've never seen a project commit 50% of contracts to our community. And historically, that's like 10 to 15%. Historically, we're going to expand and triple the amount of access to public access with the hours. No way. I understand that. And for us, that's why it's so important. And you'll hear me always talk about delivering in tangible terms. I think the proof is in the pudding, right? And you can go on our website with the city and our supplier diversity initiative to see the diversity.
Can you speak to that a little more, the supplier diversity initiative, please?
Yes. So it's an expert panelist and group of advisors who have tremendous achievements in ambitious goals like the one we set of, we say we're going to get 50% of contracts. That's a pretty ambitious goal, recognizing usually a project like this will do about 10 to 15% of contracts will go to minority women. So the question is, how are you actually going to pull that off? We brought together experts who help us, as well as facilitate the direct connections. Like, hey, I know this specific trade, and I have a program that is training Black and brown men from Mattapan, Roxbury, in construction. We're going
Yeah.
to get them on the project. And I help facilitate a lot of those connections. Also, it's a transparency thing to this building trust conversation where you can go on and see the city website and see our reporting on that goal around contracts and then how much they're awarded. The other day I checked, it was around 49%.
Okay, we're at the goal line.
It changes. It fluctuates, obviously, but we're thinking about that cumulative impact of the entire project, right? Operations as well as construction. We hit that goal for the first phase in design, bringing in black firms help us design and think about the building of it. And now we're actually doing that for the phase 2 and 3, which is construction and operations.
I'm happy to hear that there aren't that many businesses that are black,
Absolutely.
minority owned that will get onto this project. That's amazing.
Yeah, we've worked with the city to answer your question earlier around how are we trying to source and find these companies. We've held a number of different events. We had contracting fairs, for instance, in Mattapan, in Dorchester, Roxbury, all over, where we met directly with local businesses to talk about the project, both on the east and the west side, and work with the city departments, our team, to meet directly to here's what the potential trades are going to be coming up, what we're going to need. Let's make sure these get into your hands, because historically, they go into certain groups of people, and our community never hears about them.
It sounds intentional. It sounds for me. If I was leading up, I would be coming into Boston, understanding how Boston is prideful, because that's how we start this conversation. Very prideful. We love our sports. We love our community. We'll fight to the death. We'll talk all the crap about it, but nobody else can't come in here and do nothing to us. So it's hearing intentionality to me that you guys knew that you were up for a fight. And you prepared for that fight and was able to figure out where the most conflict was going to come from and make sure that you were addressing those needs by listening to the community. Bringing it back to you, outside of your job of being the community relations director, you, again, are a resident of here. If you were to, does it frustrate you yourself when you hear the community overall kind of be a little bit closed-minded to it and not really trying to think about, the common sense factors or look at the intentionality that you guys are doing just on a personal level, even off the record? How does that make you feel knowing that, you are forefront in this process, but your community might be fighting, turning on you too?
Yeah, I never take it personally because I try to remember, again, a lot of the historical context.
Yeah.
I'm not the first person who came up with the idea to renovate White Stadium.
Yeah.
So many people before me, including even on the opposition now, want it renovated. The question is, how do we do that? And that's how I see less as the fight and more as work, right? There are factors we are working against, right? The headwinds of that historical context and the distrust. I wasn't around for those 40 years. And I wasn't around for, the folks who don't trust that the city is going to hold up their promises or projects like this are going to come through. I wasn't part of those projects, so I can't take that personally, right? That precedes me. And I think remembering that is really helpful. And then also recognizing I see these patterns in other conversations. Right? Around Blue Hill and transportation, around
that one you can't convince me about, though, Michael.
That's a separate conversation we can have about
He's like, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Generally, this theme of how do we come together as a community and recognize we're not going to have unanimous agreement with 700,000 opinions. So how do we move forward as a community and still recognize what's best for us as determined by us, right? And I think I try to really root in that. So much of what you hear is, this is not just me saying this, the community has said through those 60 meetings, regardless of support or opposition, this needs to remain public. And we're doing that. And I think we're delivering on all of the different things that come at us. So I never take it personally. I just try to remember the folks everyone is passionate and protective of White Stadium. And we are putting forward what we think is a pretty compelling proposal to get that done. And folks have put up others, and that's great. I think we're encouraging this conversation of let's advocate for what we deserve. And that's what I kind of root in all the conversations, whether it's about a better and more efficient transportation on Blue Hill. However, you might think that might be your opinion. But let's root in collective consensus building, recognizing we will have difference of opinions. And that's okay. Achieving unanimous approval from 700,000 opinions is that's impossible.
That sounds a little weird.
That's true.
And I appreciate you. I guess I've been sitting here and listening to you, and if I never met you before. But if I was to hear you talk about it first, I would have been like, let's do it. You're very connected to the project, obviously, and I love the way that you started from just somebody just going to see what's going on to be like, hey, I want to get involved and I want to talk about this, and I want people to be educated and understand what's happening. So I think they did a good job, and that's a good decision on their part too
to bring you in. Yeah, definitely.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
You actually just perfectly named and spoke to the real motivation for me, which is on a personal level. I think obviously having a renovated White Stadium for so many reasons will be wonderful. But for me, I'm a new dad. My son is 9 months.
Oh, congratulations.
I want him to enjoy a renovated White Stadium. And the idea that he would spend 40 years of his life having this same conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Feels like a failure as a community member, as a father.
Yeah.
But if he can, by the time he actually is developing a memory and he's walking and running around, and that isn't a renovated White Stadium, the fact that I could prove that I was just a community member who just showed up at his neighborhood association meeting, heard about this topic, then started attending public meetings, and then joined the team to advocate for my community. And then he'll also see the specific benefits of not just new facilities that are state of the art and ADA compliant, but you also see that you can have a voice and you can push for an abundant mindset that I want all of these things for White Stadium, and I don't just want it, we will make it a reality.
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
I mean, I'm older than 40, and I remember being in White Stadium and having, core memories there when it was White Stadium.
When it was White Stadium.
When it used to be something. So you're right. That conversation, it has been going on for a long time, and I'm excited to have something be done with it. And again, speaking with you and you shedding light on a lot of the darkness that we were feeling, really, I think, really helps. So thank you for that. I have a different feeling about it.
We have you back as the construction goes on. We want to stay in communication with the soccer team, with the whole organization, to make sure that as you move along in this process and more conflict and or concerns might come about, that people are allowed to hear it from the actual source about what's happening and not guessing and all making assumptions and whatever, because we do run off of emotion a lot of time. I don't like change. Leave it alone. Fix it up. $12. That's all we need. So this is good luck to you guys in the pursuit of renovating White Stadium. And
she says good luck. It is happening.
Yes. So to make this quite clear, we've received a number of resounding affirmations through that legal process, right? Where you were taken to court, and then we've gotten that struck down. And then also additionally, we made progress, as you mentioned earlier, in terms of the demolition, as well as the historical preservation of that clamshell wall. We are actively working and seeking vendors and companies. So please, if you're listening to this and you have expertise in construction, and particularly you are passionate, you're from the community, and you're passionate about White Stadium, we would love to get you involved in this project. You can go on the supplier diversity site through the city. There's a portal where different companies can enter their information to let us know. And I'll happily share this with you so you can share this with your listeners.
This is on the website?
It should be on the website, yes. And if not, I'll make sure to send you that information. But yes, it's all moving forward.
Very good.
I'm excited about it. I want to see it. I want to look at it.
It's different to me now. It's different now.
And I do feel like, Janet just said it here. We want change. We don't know how we want change. We're sometimes scared of change. But how are we going to change if we don't just kind of go for it? And a lot of people I've witnessed this same type of almost persecution, where you want the change, but you don't like the way the change is happening at the time. So now it's a problem. You won't be upset with it when you see it and it's all gorgeous and wonderful and things are working. But in the meantime, you're going to try to fight that tooth and nail until you figure it out. So, Mike, thank you so much for your clarity around this project and, coming in here and speaking to us with conviction. And I like that.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. We are going to take another quick, where can we find more information about the project, about the organization, about the partners? How do we find you if we need to? Tell us all the
So there's two specific sources. First, boston.gov/white stadium. And then the second one being bostonlegacyfc.com. So that's for all the sports fans who are interested in maybe signing up and getting your tickets for both our 2026 as well as 2027 season at White Stadium, as well as for updates on White Stadium construction. You can go to the city site. Again, we're huge on trust and transparency. You can see that and actually link to our supplier diversity initiative page, see our progress on the contracting goal. All of that is available through the city site, as well as you can see those past 60 plus community meetings and see what did other neighbors have to say about this, and then how did that inform inform and update where the project is now.
Okay.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Let me stay on the fence. It's all, it's all right.
I love it. I feel like I have a lot more clarity into what is really going on, and so it does, sway.
Yeah.
Sway me a little.
And I
appreciate the open-mindedness.
Yeah, it also helps us to educate the community too, outside of you guys, just to say, okay, this is what's going on, and if we need to further clarify, then we can bring the people back in here to talk to us because you guys are very transparent. Very transparent. They picked a good one. So make sure you guys go follow the project. If there's any community meetings, we'll let you guys know about next steps and next phases as they go through the whole thing. When is it supposed to be done? Not when you're moving in. When is it supposed to be kind of done-ish?
So there's two components to the project. The first is we plan to play in March 2027. And then the full entire, I think actually around that time too, the full entirety of the project with the community side and all that should be done by then. There's been updates. Originally we had planned to play in 2026. But as you know, anyone who does construction, that timeline adjusted a little bit.
According to the internet, it says that the stadium is expected to be ready for BPS athletes to use in the fall of 2026. And then Boston Legacy will be coming in 2027.
All right. So we've got a plan. We'll stick to it. We will be positive about the change and see where it goes. And if it don't go right, kick them out in 10 years. All right. They on a lease.
Revoke that lease.
Revoke it. But again, thank you, Mike, so much. We are going to go to another commercial break, and we'll be right back in a few moments, and we'll quickly go over the entertainment and national news. Keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music.
You are now listening to Spark FM.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Often I hear people talking about how high their electricity bills are. Massachusetts has programs that everyday homeowners pay for, but never look into. Have you ever considered why some homes have panels and others don't? If you have Eversource, National Grid, or Unitil for electricity, you are paying for your neighbors to get panels at no cost. The charges are on the bill. Why not get someone to pay for yours? This program also helps with re-roofing, tree cutting, and electrical upgrades. If you're tired of short-term solutions for a long-term problem, connect with Bakari to find out if your home meets the requirements to upgrade at no cost out of pocket. Save the planet, future-proof your family for power outages, and save tens of thousands of dollars on an otherwise lifelong bill. Mention Spark when you call or text SPARK to 617-833-8940 to get 2 months off your power bill covered if your home gets selected.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously, the best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Looking for a meaningful way to engage with your community and make a difference? Volunteer with the Massachusetts Senior Medicare Patrol Program and help prevent Medicare fraud. Visit masmp.org. This project is supported by a grant from the U.S. Administration for Community Living.
Each and every Saturday night from 6 to 9 p.m. inside the Avenue, where you bring the drinks and we bring the vibes. My name is Gary Banton alongside my co-host Big Trini, right here in SparkFMOnline.com, the #1 place for soca, hip-hop, R&B, and more. Each and every Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. It's The Avenue.
Spark FM.
I know you nasty. She be touching on her own body.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna show me the way.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com.
Turn us up.
Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
That was Michael, the community engagement director from the Unity Sports Legacy Sports Boston Legacy Partners football team. They will be the ones who is sharing custody of White Stadium with us as they do the reconstruction.
They're not sharing custody. It is ours. They are rented from us.
From Boston for us.
Yeah.
So they'll be in here. We've already set up some time for them to come back after the primary so we can see what's going on. We're going to stay in touch with them to make sure, that the community always knows exactly what's going on with the situation. Stays abreast.
I like Mike. Very, very informative.
Me too. Very well, clear and spoken about this with conviction and honesty.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I believe him.
I didn't think that he was that's what the thing is. I didn't think that he was making things up or anything like that. He knew his points. Yeah. He knew them goodly.
Yes.
So let's get into the national and entertainment news very quickly.
Yeah.
Trump's purge of the Smithsonian exhibits got underway in April and included removal of Harriet Tubman's hymn book.
Why?
Trump says that he wants to make the Smithsonian, better and more brighter and hotter. Because America is the hottest country ever. He says that all they do in the Smithsonian is worry about slavery and the bad parts of slavery. They never talk about, the good stuff that happened that makes people feel better.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Right.
Let's go to this. I don't even know. I can't even play devil's advocate with this white devil.
This clip that they have right here is with Jillian Michaels, who was the trainer from The Biggest Loser.
Yeah.
And she was trying to defend Trump cleaning up the Smithsonian, and this other woman, I'm not sure who she is, and she was like, what are the good parts of slavery that you're talking about, Jillian? I can't stand Jillian Michaels because I did take time to watch The Biggest Loser documentary on Netflix, and she is a bitch.
What happens?
Jillian Michaels?
I used to watch that show.
She's awful.
What? I used to watch that show. What happened?
I didn't go to it because I thought we were short.
No. I want to hear what she got to say because I am feeling some type of way about her, and I will cuss her out.
Slavery was a bad thing that was to talk about.
Wait, the fact that we're arguing or having actual arguments about slavery are crazy.
He's not. No, okay. He's not. And you cannot tie imperialism and racism and slavery to just one race, which is pretty much what every single exhibit does. But let's talk about the fact that when you
let's
talk about the fact.
Slavery in America was.
Do you realize that only less than 2% of white Americans owned slaves?
But it was a system of white supremacy.
You realize that slavery is thousands of years old?
White people were
do you know who was the first race to try to end slavery? Well, what's controversial?
I'm very surprised.
This is an extraordinary exercise in historical revisionism.
I'm really surprised.
Do you realize
I'm surprised that you're trying to litigate who was the beneficiary of slavery and who was not.
What I'm trying to tell you is
that in the context of American history, what are you saying is incorrect by saying that it was white people oppressing black people?
Every single thing is like, oh, no, this is all because white people bad. And that's just not the truth. Like, for example, every single exhibit, I have a list of every single one. Like, people migrated from Cuba because white people bad. Not because of Castro. Yes, no, it's in there.
What
That's
is
I'm
she
saying. You
even
don't actually
talking
know what's in
about?
there. Do you know that when you walk in the front door,
what exactly?
the first thing you see is the gate?
What exactly are you talking
She
about?
meant to say, Jillian, what the are you talking about?
Because then you gotta. This is what sucks part of talking to people who are ignorant bastards,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Is that you actually have to remain some type of calm
Yep.
and collected in order to have a conversation with these people because they are absolutely delusional.
Yeah.
Like talking to paint.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
What part of slavery was the good part? Oh, they said that the slavery. Remember one time somebody had said slavery taught them how to cook and clean and do laundry and stuff.
Kanye said slavery was a choice.
Yes, and if they weren't slaves, they probably wouldn't have learned these things about cooking and cleaning and inventing things.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, slavery.
Slavery was so awesome for
Thank you,
us,
slavery, because we was just over there, just sitting on the beach and dying
Just
from
hanging-
starvation in Africa.
Just randomly hanging from trees by our genitals. But whatever. Whites only community grows in Arkansas as owners become defiant because of Trump.
Yeah.
This is where we're at, huh?
Yeah.
This is where we are at in the world that we do see today. Go to this clip, Tristan. Let's hear the whites. Oh, Father, give me peace and mercy on my
The only community in Arkansas is growing, and the founders of the community now believe they could beat any legal challenge. Why? Because of the current political climate and the administration in office. According to the New York Times, there is now a whites-only community in the Ozark Mountains in Arkansas, about an hour away from any close city. The applicants to this community are screened with an in-person interview, a criminal background check, and a questionnaire about their ancestral heritage, and sometimes even ask for photographs of their relatives. The community.
What?
And you know what I say? They're in Arkansas somewhere.
Where is that?
Leave them alone.
Louisiana.
No, Arkansas is not in Louisiana.
Arkansas is not in Louisiana.
No, it's its own.
Little Rock, Arkansas.
That's Little Rock, Arkansas.
That's Little Rock, Arkansas. That is not in Louisiana.
Where's Arkansas?
Arkansas. However, why are we bothering them? Why do we care?
Little Rock is the place where they first integrated the schools, so we already know what time they're on.
I leave them in the mountains of Arkansas.
In the Ozarks. We ain't going up there.
Nobody's going. And if there's any black person that's like, this is not fair, we need to live here, you a fool. Because let them segregate themselves.
In Arkansas.
No, get out of here.
Yes,
Would you shut up? Louisiana is its own state, and Arkansas is its own state.
Is Louisiana next to Arkansas? Was Arkansas a part of Louisiana purchase?
No, they are two.
Where do Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas meet? See, they're different.
Oh.
Getting back to
Louisiana is where New Orleans is, bro.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Arkansas.
What about Angelina and Jolie's? Would they not be welcome? No. Anybody that has a problem with a whites-only town in Arkansas need to not have that problem.
Angelina and Jolie's.
Them be over there by themselves, living in the woods of Arkansas.
Yeah.
Nobody should bother them. Make them build a wall around them and stay there.
We shouldn't be in the Ozarks anyway. You see what happened on that show?
Hello, was there any black people in the Ozark show?
Not one.
One black person.
Zero.
Nan.
Nan.
We don't belong there.
Yeah.
Where's the Ozarks?
Who freaking knows?
You didn't watch the Ozarks either?
I thought the Ozarks was a made up place, but until I found out that it was an Ozark in Arkansas, and it's very hick double wide, them kind of things, and drug. You
didn't watch the show with Justin Bieber?
The girl Justin Bieber.
I just found out Cameron Diaz and Jessica Simpson. No, Jessica Alba.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same people.
Jessica, she's in Friends. Jessica.
Oh, Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston was different people.
Shut up. I can't stand you. Welcome to the world, Tristan.
I personally wish that black people would do the same.
Yeah.
Except that they would burn us down. But I do, again, My key to segregation is building our military first in order to be able to, all these men with these machine guns and these grenades that they hanging out with and stuff like that, y'all gather around together, make a bunker so that we can have a armed force at the beginning of our segregated country.
Pastor Joy said, who want to live in Arkansas anyway?
Exactly. sounds like potatoes and the Wizard of Oz. Like, I don't want to go there. I'm not mad at them for having whites only. Stay your racist white ass in your country.
Yeah.
Keep it moving. Texas House passes the new gerrymandered map, likely giving Republicans 5 more congressional seats. This is happening in the year of our Lord 2025.
And I still want to know why so many blacks are moving to Texas. I do not know. I don't understand why that would be a move.
The only way that this would possibly work is this is a token white guy poses as, token, and then he ends up being a hood rat who helps us get nothing. Texas. I don't know what to say. I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. The fact that this was why are we surprised?
Yeah.
The Texas voted along party lines in an 88-52 vote to approve a new map drawn by Republicans to flip 5 Democrat-held districts, sending the bill to the GOP-controlled state Senate, where a vote is scheduled for Thursday, then on to Republican Governor Gregory Abbott, who is expected to sign the legislation into law. Republican Governor Greg Abbott is expected to sign... So the fact that this is illegal, because this is happening a full 5 years before redistricting was supposed to be done in the first place, just because they want to hold on to these seats for the primaries, is absolutely disgusting. That means that the rest of the world must do their job.
Yeah.
We have got to get outside and start voting like our lives literally depend on it. And I don't understand why in Boston, just because we liberal, we are not out here voting in
Paleta.
In Paleta. What is Paleta in translation?
Plethora.
Oh.
we realized that the other day. Paleta is plethora.
Federal judge blocks Texas law requiring 10 commandments displayed in public school classrooms.
Yeah.
Because for what? Because the Republicans are not following any of the 10 commandments at all. So why not?
I honestly feel like school was a lot better when we had to say the Pledge of Allegiance in the morning. Y'all, we need that kind of structure for these young naggers these days again, because y'all are out of control. Y'all need to be in there talking about one nation under God in your classroom.
What I was talking about when I was saying that.
I was just repeating it.
Me either, but still, it said God, so we knew it was serious.
Do not
Most of the time, you just sitting there, throw your hand halfway up on your chest and look around and see if everybody else know the words. They can have us do that with anything, to McDonald's, anything. Speaking of McDonald's is who slashed their combo meal prices to win back budget-conscious shoppers. And I have a story for this. Last night on the phone with Pastor Troy, he was very, very, very excited that today he's going to get a Big Mac meal.
Oh, wow. Good for him.
How much is it now?
For half the price.
I don't know. But I've never seen someone so excited and so pre-convinced that they are going to enjoy a Big Mac meal. And guess what kind of soda he wanted?
Orange.
Grape.
Oh, shoot.
Grape. Duh.
Wow.
I'm not
He was like,
surprised.
do they got grape soda?
They
no,
do
they
not.
do not.
They do not. But enjoy your Big Mac meal, bro. Enjoy that.
He was so excited, like, ooh. I think he scheduled it for today.
You know what? I'm mad, though. I'm mad that I missed out on the chicken Big Mac, because I heard that was actually pretty good.
Oh, the chicken Big Mac?
Yeah, they had a chicken Big Mac for a little while, but they took it
What
away.
is the special sauce on the Big Mac?
It's French dressing with a little relish in it.
That sounds nasty.
Full house.
Oh, wow. We got this must be carnival time. Big Trinidad.
Oh, wow. By himself?
Frank.
You come with Dunkin' Donuts.
Wow.
Y'all wicked, boy. Frank Capario, Rhode Island TV judge, known for his compassion and his passion and his niceness and his kindness and his common sense, has passed away at 88 years old.
I am so sad
Rest in
about
peace to a
that.
goat.
Yeah.
I like that little man.
And now is not the time for those type of people to be, going down.
You go look for him and go look for videos of him. He's so sweet.
It's
He was
very,
so
very
sweet.
sweet.
Very nice. Good.
Into
rest
the
in peace.
entertainment news very, very, very quickly. We have Clarissa Shields shares strong message for social media users, pressuring her to go under the knife.
She can't get right.
They should just stop talking about this little girl and let her win a fight so she can shut up.
Didn't she win the last one?
She did. She is such a talented boxer. I hate that she has been surmised as just Papooses.
Oh, you know what?
Snaggletooth's girlfriend.
Oh, two things. One, tomorrow Cinnabon is $1.99. I don't care about Clarissa Shields. And second of all,
that is a good segue though, because cinnamon at $1.09, cinnamon $1.99.
$1.99
Let's
tomorrow.
go get
Thank
one of
you,
them.
Malika. And also, Stop and Shop is slashing prices. Stop and Shop in Massachusetts is supposed to be slashing prices too. I forgot to read that.
She causing us extra. They're charging us extra in the hood. Remember?
Oh, remember the little children from JP did that study? Yep. So they're supposed to be slashing their prices.
You know what, Chris Reed? That is a good question. But is Chick-fil-A slashing their prices? And that is what we need to do, because Chick-fil-A is, although it's yummy, it is freaking expensive.
It can be expensive. It can. A little salad from Chick-fil-A about $15, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. It's delicious, but it's a lot of dollars. You can't go there every day.
You cannot.
Why Chick-fil-A don't have an app with some? Do they have an app with some reduced prices like how McDonald's do? Because I like McDonald's.
McDonald's app is very good. They do not advertise with us, and do not go there on the cost of us. Go there on your own record from the other commercials everywhere else. Blueface is big.
Yeah,
he's gained a lot of weight. He looks like a big muscly coloring book.
Oh wow.
He looks stupid.
A big muscly coloring book.
He looks like he's been in jail.
Yeah, he looks like he is acclimated to the environment in which he's in.
I don't know if he can get right again after you get out.
And then,
but what is that? Is he fat or is he muscle?
He's just muscle. Because when they in there, they're like 24-1.
Yeah,
3-1, and all they do is get to work out and eat. We eat things.
Yeah.
Krishan Rock's new boyfriend boldly claims that her son is his.
This is so crazy, because didn't we hear that Krishan was turning into a man the other day?
A lesbian, right?
Yeah, she was supposed to be named Chris Rock, but now she got a new boyfriend. Well, look at that.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Fans shower Shamar Moore with support amid very scary incident. We got your 6. Yes, I don't know what happened to him. Let me see. Shamar Moore as the actor, blah, blah, blah. The actor took to Instagram on Monday with a video detailing an onslaught of threats Dijon and her 3 children have been receiving from another Instagram user that purports to be a fan of Moore based on the username. Y'all, this is serious business. I don't know if I'm supposed to do this. I don't know if IG takes it down or whatever, but you're messing with my family, all right? We began. That means Desiree Dijon, and that means my daughter Frankie, Desiree's daughter Charlie, and her son
Who is
Caden.
Desiree and these people?
And you know what? We're praying for his safety and for his family and stuff. We got your 6. We're gonna leave that. Boozy badass. Stay liquid.
Yeah.
Boozy badass reacts to Charleston White, hoping he dies in jail.
Yeah.
And both of those people are terrible individuals.
Boozy Badass is a good performer. He was at the Rock the Bell.
He is
and I was
very energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Boozy Badass.
Dame Dash accused of teaming up with girlfriend to hide assets and avoid a $800,000 payout in court losses.
Yeah.
Dame Dash is having a bad decade. Get well soon. Tamar Braxton says she suffered a broken nose and missing teeth after mystery medical emergency left her in a pool of blood.
Yeah, what is that, Tamar? What happened?
I don't know. And then last but not least, as video surfaces of Diddy's daughters getting kicked off of a roller coaster, insiders drop claims about what happened.
What happened?
Sorry, this one is a little interesting to me. It piqued my interest. 18-year-old twins Delilah and Jesse Combs were on the Orange County Fair this week when they attempted to ride a roller coaster. TMZ shared video of what happened, and per the footage, the girls were waiting for the ride to start when they were approached by an employee. Eventually, the Combs sisters, who were sporting matching pink jumpsuits, I wonder when they're going to stop that.
I know, because ain't they 20?
Yes. Were asked to exit the ride. They eventually did just that and seemingly walked away without any further hassle. A source tells TMZ that Diddy's children were asked to get off the ride because they wouldn't put their phones away. Per the insider, an employee asked Jesse and Delilah 3 times to comply with the request before they were ultimately asked to get off the ride. It's also alleged that a conductor who spoke to the Combs was rude to them at the time. While the sisters were removed from the ride, they reportedly were not kicked out of the fair entirely. Additionally, sources say that there were tickets given to get on the ride at another time.
Oh.
All right. Well, they should have put away their phones.
Jesse and Delilah's badass, ain't they?
Yeah, who's badass?
They little long heads. If y'all don't comply.
Long head, long body.
Yes, they are.
Call them hot toddy.
Don't forget, people, this is Carnival Thursday. Carnival Thursday, and the festivities take off today.
Yeah.
I sent you something. What did I send you the other day, Tristan?
Camouflage boat ride.
The camouflage boat ride is tonight, and they're also having a little kickoff at Sorrel and Lime from about 6 to 9 tonight.
Oh, nice.
And then the week of August 25th to August 31st, Mayor Michelle Wu declares Boston.
Oh yeah.
For the Culture Week.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and that's
what's tell us a little more information about that.
There's a lot of activities.
So that's going to be honoring the Boston's own new edition, as well as it's the kickoff weekend of Essence HBCU kickoff, and that's going to be taking place over there in Cambridge as well. So we're gonna if you go on the Spark FM Facebook, we're gonna post all the information that's gonna be taking place next week. But it's a whole week of events, man.
Yeah, it's all kinds of things, including the dedication to who the name is?
New Edition.
Yeah.
New Edition. Who them?
There's all kinds of things. There's a WealthCon summit. There's a pep rally. There's the HBCU
Opportunity.
Classic, an old school party, Southern Comfort. There's all kinds of things that are happening.
And I gotta pay more attention, but I couldn't. But what I do find that is missing from this, and I'll always find that it's missing, is some type of connection to the Caribbean as well. We know that not all HBCU students are just from America going to. There's a lot of people that's coming from other countries and places like that also want to connect with their culture and their community. So we'll make sure that we slide something into that weekend, whether even if it's an off-centered something that we have them promote, but we want to make sure that our students coming here from diverse communities and our immigrant children, second generations, are able to find their community too. So with that said, we are going to step off. This is my last week with our interns, with some of our interns. I'm very sad about it.
Me too. Nana, you're going to be around, right?
Nana's going back to school. This is all of their last week.
But he's going to be down the street, so he got to come hang out with us sometime.
I know, Nana. On your school vacation breaks, we better see you right in the studio.
I'll pull up, that's bad. I'll pull up. I'll make it happen.
Yes, see, that's what I like. Don't you leave us. We'll find you, Nana. Yeah. You're always going to be part of Spark FM.
School, Nana.
I know. Is Nana here? Thank you guys so much for all of your help this summer and just kind of sticking by us.
Yeah, it was a great experience. So thank you.
Great. And this won't be our last time. So you guys be blessed out there in social media world. We'll see you tomorrow morning for a quick little show, because we got to go and check our ass. Bye.
Peace out.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
What is this, Doctor? This is
Well, Spark of New England, Spark FM.
bringing the heat back to the airwaves.
Turn us up.
All right, let's take a look.
Advertise your business, brand, or music on Spark FM. Contact us at sparkfmonline.com for more information.